What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk. How's everyone doing out there? Now, if you guys mess with the hip hop content, I'm sure that you've been getting, Vlad, Mack 10 clips popping up in your recommended videos over the past couple days. As we know how Vlad breaks down the interviews that he does, and releases them in pieces. So I'm sure you guys have been watching these interviews with Mack 10 the same way I have. And I gotta say, man, salute, shout out to Mack 10. He hasn't been going for, like, you guys know how Vlad has that way of questioning people and kind of trying to pry. If you don't flat out shut Vlad down that you're not going to speak on certain things, he's not going to stop. But it ain't going that way with Mack 10. Mack 10 just, he wasn't going for Vlad's line of questioning at all, not one bit. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more parts that come out, but at this point, I've really only seen him talk about his issues with Ice Cube. That me, even being such a big fan of hip hop, I totally didn't realize that I knew they had some issues, but I didn't know that it was like this long-standing thing where there's kind of like a grudge there and they're not talking to each other. We've seen them talk about that, and a lot of it's been about Ice Cube and Westside Connection. Now, shout out to Mack 10. One of the things Vlad asked him was about how Ice Cube is really more of an actor, and with hip hop being entertainment industry and everything like that, and basically that he was not a real solid street individual, which Mack 10's answer, we already know that a lot of rappers, that's not who they really are. You know what I mean? That it's an art form, and a lot of them really didn't live that life like that. You know what I'm saying? But Mack 10 kept it funky, but he didn't disrespect Ice Cube, even though, they're not seeing eye to eye and there's some issues there. So I salute Mack 10 for that, because, so often nowadays people are so petty and in their feelings where if, they're not getting along with you or there's some kind of issues, they're out to make someone look bad in every way that they can. And Mack 10 wasn't doing that. You know what I mean? And it seems it's another good thing that hopefully maybe we can see them reconcile now and get back together and maybe put out another Westside Connection album, because I think that's a dope group and a dope concept. Now, real quick sidebar, they talked about The Game possibly replacing Mack 10 and Westside Connection, and I was totally unaware of that there was ever those kinds of talks or rumors or anything like that going on. I had never heard it, really. Anyone out there who had, please tap in the comments and let me know your thoughts on that. But through all that, they got into discussing how in an interview Ice Cube had said that Mack 10 would have to kiss his ring, bow down basically and kiss the ring, if he wanted them to work together and be on good terms and be friends, or to be good again. And Mack 10 obviously laughed that off and thought it was crazy, and did come out and say that he himself had never personally heard that. He was told that by someone who did interviews, but Ice Cube shortly later got onto Twitter and let it be known this never happened. Okay, now I'm led to believe Ice Cube's telling the truth there. I feel like Ice Cube would never say something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I felt like, as I said, I knew there was a little rift between these guys. I didn't know this went deep. But for the most part, I thought they had been respectful of each other and really didn't, come out talking crazy about each other like that. So now that that's out there and Ice Cube is saying that's false, I'm hoping that these guys, you know what I mean, can maybe make up and work together again. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what we would all want to see as far as hip hop goes. You know what I mean? And these dudes are legends, man. You know what I'm saying? I love the music they do together. I think that group is such a dope group. You got Ice Cube, Dub C, and Mack 10. The way they just work together, it's it's so dope, and it just always has that epic, like, West Coast sound to it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Tap in the comments. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that. But yeah, Mack 10 wasn't really going for it with Vlad's line of questioning at all. He shut him down. Certain things he touched on, but he kept the answers plain and simple. You know what I mean? Vlad has kind of mastered this, how to question people and how to go about things to get the answer and reaction that he's looking for. And Mack 10 being an OG, you know what I'm saying, wasn't happening. So I don't know, we'll have to sit back and see what other little clips come out. I'm interested to see if the Cash Money situation gets spoke about, how that happened, what that was like, how that came about and everything. As we know, Mack 10 did the little Cash Money deal later in his career. And, they actually, on that Banger Ball album, there is a dope song, I forget that, where Ice Cube is on it. You know what I mean? Where it's like Westside Connection, Cash Money collabo. I forget what the name of the song was. Butch Cassidy singing the hook. I think it's called This the Way As Hustlers Roll or something like that. But I'm looking forward to hearing about that, to hearing about his time working with Glasses Malone, as they kind of had a little relationship together. Who banging with he got linked up. Who Banging Records, they got linked up with Glasses, the Blue Division or whatever his movement's called. So, I'm sure they're gonna touch on and talk about a lot more. But I just wanted to share this with you guys and see what all you guys thought about it. Anyone new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Daily videos, music, news, sports, current events, all that. But I always got to hear from the people, so let's discuss this. But salute Mack 10, man. Doing the interview, which, we know nowadays it's all about content, podcasts, interviews. You know what I'm saying? So he stepped out and did the interview, and he did touch on some of these topics, but he did it, with that OG way about it, where he wasn't talking too much about things that shouldn't be talked about, if you feel me. You know what I mean? But thanks for watching, guys. I'm out of here. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.